this. Like I said last week, NXT is lit. So, what could I say about the show? The show is crazy as shit, but I'm gonna start from the main event all the way to the first match. Okay, so the Undisputed Era is backstage cutting, their promo as they usually do, and like their little setup on, it's like I don't know what you call it, like it's stage equipment basically, and Adam Cole's hanging from the back. Out of nowhere, this man gets grabbed, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it's the War Raiders, and they grab this man, beat the crap out of him. They start beating the crap out of the whole Undisputed Era. Mind you, there's four of them, but the War Raiders are like these big ass dudes. Like, well, Hanson is large as fuck. Rowe, he's pretty average height. I think he's like 6'1", but they're beating the crap out of the Undisputed Era. It's 4-on-2. And this is like some Attitude Era shit. They go outside into like the Full Sail arena. I mean, not outside the arena, and you can see like the set and like this little like big ass like studio set type shit, but it's outside, and people are sitting outside at like just chilling, sitting at the tables, and the fight just breaks out. Freaking I think it was Hanson, well, they like teamed up, and they like threw Adam Cole face first into one of those 18-wheeler trucks, so he was out for a little bit. And then I think it was Rowe who like just threw Bobby Fish like across two tables that was outside, and he just went flying. And it was crazy. Like, it was some Attitude Era brawl type shit. Okay, so they're beating the crap out of them, which originally is supposed to be the War Raiders versus Adam Cole and Bobby Fish. Okay, so O'Reilly and Roderick Strong come back from getting their ass kicked a few minutes ago. They got trash can lids and a trash can and start beating the crap out of the War Raiders. Okay, so they're beating them down. Ricochet comes from out of nowhere like some superhero. This man runs across some little stage setup or whatever the heck it was. Man ran across that, did a freaking cross body, took out like four guys, War Raiders and the Undisputed Era, so he's in the mix. And then after he takes them out, he goes straight after Adam Cole, because they have history. He's like, yeah, come on, Adam, fight me. Punching this man in the face. And then there's another camera that pans. Hanson is after freaking Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish like knees him. He tries to run. He tries to unlock the door to get back into the arena. The door is locked. So he's like, shit. So he turns around, gets grabbed by Hanson. Hanson picks this man up, rams him into the freaking like metal garage door to get back into the arena. Kyle O'Reilly tries to fight him off. He gets freaking rammed face first into the damn garage door. So those two are down. After that, what happened? Like, somehow they get back into the arena and they're fighting Hanson basically grabbed both of them and like somehow got them back into the arena. And so this whole brawl has went into the arena, and they're going towards the ring. Now, Roderick Strong, I don't know where the heck he came from. Roderick Strong got launched. Basically, Hanson threw this man over the freaking guardrail. This man got launched onto his back, and the crowd just went crazy. It was like, what the fuck? More than I was screaming at the top of his lungs. It's insane. And this whole brawl is breaking down inside the ring, outside the ring. Bobby Fish grabs a chair and like smacks Hanson in the leg as he's trying to, like, he has 1 foot in, 1 foot on the apron. So he smashes a chair over this man's leg. He's down. Freaking Rowe turns around. He's like, crap. And then he turns around again. He gets kneed by Roderick Strong. So this whole brawl's breaking down. Okay, the Undisputed are getting the advantage, and then bam, here comes the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne's freaking theme music. he hits the ring with a goddamn chair. Adam Cole's like, no, hell no. So he gets out of the ring. He tries to intercept Pete Dunne. Dunne hits him in the ribs with a chair and then hits him on the back. You know, the typical WWE chair shot thing because they can't take headshots, chair shots to the head anymore. And so, who was it? I think it was. Oh, and after that, like Pete Dunne. Okay, so Adam Cole's like, ow, clenching on the ground. Pete Dunne pretty much broke this man's hand. Adam Cole's hand was laying on the stage. Pete Dunne just like swung the chair and cracked Adam Cole's hand on between the steel steps and a freaking steel chair. So I was like, oh, that shit looked like it hurt. So Adam Cole might be, he might have a broken hand for real, or he might just, might. I hope he sells that coming up. Like, oh, I can't compete this match. I have a broken hand or some shit. Or he might try to use it. But I think it was Kyle O'Reilly jumped out of the ring, tried to jump onto Pete Dunne. He was like, get out of here, bitch. Cracks him right in the head or right in the face, but he got his hands up just in time. Cracks him right in the face, but he sold it like he got knocked out by the chair. Okay, so Pete Dunne's in this brawl now, and so everybody else has regained their composure and they're beating the crap out of the two remaining Undisputed Era members. And then William Regal comes out and he's like, "No, this isn't gonna happen. All you are not gonna just take over this show or all this damn chaos." So basically, it's gonna be a War Games match. Fucking the Undisputed Era versus the War Raiders and freaking Pete Dunne and Ricochet, which is pretty much what people speculated that it was gonna be. Okay, so that ended insanely, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And like, tell me why can't the main roster be like this? Like, this whole show was insane. And another note, NXT's tag team division is leagues above WWE's main roster tag team. Like, WWE has no tag, the main roster has no tag teams besides the champions. They have no tag teams. They have like what, probably 4 tag teams, and then the rest of them were like jobbers and forgotten people. But I'll get to that whenever I get to that later. But like we this show was tag team heavy. There was a tag team match, uh, not to kick off the show, but like was it like the second match in. There was another one before the War Raiders and Undisputed Era shit went down. So yeah, 3 tag team matches tonight. So yeah, the main event ending shit was insane. I loved it. Okay. Oh shit. This is crazy. I'm looking at NXT's like shit on the website. It's crazy how, okay, so if you guys don't watch Evolve, Evolve is like partnered with WWE basically. WWE gets a shit ton of talent from Evolve. And now they're starting to do this like this partnership is growing because the Street Profits, which they got a big win tonight, they went over to Evolve and won Evolve's tag team championships, which maybe in the next set of tapings they show up with championships. But they won their tag team championships. If you remember that guy Fabian Eichner, who's in the Cruiserweight Classic tournament, the first one I think it was, or have they had a second one? I can't remember. But either way, he was in the Cruiserweight Classic. He was on NXT, and now he randomly just beat Shane Strickland, who was the Evolve World Champion. So I'm like, what the heck? So there's gonna be something going on with Evolve. Either they're gonna have Evolve on the network, which would be pretty cool, because back like last year they were like did a survey and they were like, would you like to see indie shows on the network? And people were like, hell yeah. So I guess they're doing that now, which is pretty cool. Triple H, like Triple H behind the scenes, the corporate Triple H, pretty cool. The dude's crazy with fucking ideas. But basically, aside from that, I'm looking at this little video that, well, I'm not about to watch it right now, but it's crazy. Okay, so um Matt Riddle, Cassius Ohno, and Keith Lee. Okay, so all three. Well, I don't know about cast. Oh no, all three of them were in Evolve, and they were like Evolve's three of Evolve's top stars, and now they're all in WWE. It's like crazy. It's crazy. But back to NXT. Okay, so after the war, well, before the War Raiders shit went down, there was a tag team match between I don't know what their tag team name is called, but it's basically Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. Like basically like British and American strong style, fucking hard hitting mofo's. They went against some guy named, I think his name is like, I don't know what his last name is Humberto, I think it is, and um, damn it, I think his name's like Mendoza. I think that was his last name's Mendoza. I can't remember his first name, but yeah, his last name's Mendoza. They could be a pretty cool tag team in NXT if they like gave them the chance to shine. They're both like have the luchador style. That Humberto kid did a beautiful. It was like a this kid got air with the moonsault. He like balanced himself on the freaking top turnbuckle. Did a high ass moonsault in the air, but it got countered by Oni Lorcan, and then him and Burks just beat the crap out of him, hit him with their finisher, and got the dub. But they have potential as a tag team, and I kind of would like to see how they go because like WWE usually uses like luchadors, like masked luchadors. They haven't had any other like Hispanic like luchador type wrestlers without masks since like Andrade Cien Almas. And they kept putting the mask. Well, I guess he had to say in NXT. He kept using the mask kind of. Well, he didn't wrestle with it. He just came out with it sometimes. But yeah, that match happened, and before that, I can't. Was it the Matt Riddle match? I think never mind. Okay, before that, Lars Sullivan was tearing shit up in the parking lot because he didn't get be named number one contender with Velveteen Dream for Tommaso Ciampa's NXT Championship. So he's like, I'm gonna take him out because I wanted that title shot. And I was like, okay, I don't wonder where that they're going with that. And then after that, uh, well, before that, it was because I'm going in reverse. Before that, it was the Matt Riddle match. The bro, Matt, if you didn't know, Matt Riddle was basically my favorite wrestler of like earlier this year, later last year. The dude has been killing it for like a year and a half on the Indies. I'm like surprised. He's surprised he never got to go to Japan, but like he never went to New Japan even for like a tour or something, because he would have killed it. But he had been wrestling in like PWG. I'm pretty sure. Um, I don't think he ever went to Ring of Honor. He went over to the UK. Of course, he was in Evolve. He was in a whole bunch of shit. He won a shit ton of titles on the Indies. Dude's ranked like top 10 wrestlers in the world. I think like last year or earlier this year. But he was on WWE's radar pretty much because what was it, like a year and a half ago? When William Regal went to Evolve, or it might have been 2 years ago. Regal went to Evolve, and Riddle was like still like a rookie then, and he was like, "Yo, Regal, I'm a former UFC fighter. You should sign me." And then he was like, "Nah, kid, you gotta earn your stripes in the business or some shit." And he was like, "Okay, cool." And then it's crazy. And then now he's in NXT. It's crazy. Dude's over his shit already because NXT fans are like fucking the smart freaking fans, so they know indie wrestling basically. So dude's over his shit. He comes out with green flip flops. It's basically his same attire. I don't think he has the suplex shit. I don't know. I don't know if I forgot if he had the suplex shit, the suplex gear. That's I think only him, Adam Cole, and Zack Sabre Jr. Uh, so the match was okay. Like it basically showcased Matt Riddle's, striking ability and submission based wrestling style. I forgot who the dude's name was. He was like a rugby player or whatever. Dude's pretty jacked. I mean, he gave Matt Riddle a pretty good, starter match. Freaking, I forgot what moves he hit, but he basically stunned Riddle, and then Riddle got the upper hand. He locked on a armbar pretty early in the match, which was cool. He did like this crazy ass combination. Dude like got out of like a gut wrench position, and he like did a shit ton of moves real quick, and then he did like a grounded Pele kick. And I was like, what the fuck? Like I've seen him do the Pele kick before, but he did like a grounded Pele kick, and I was like, "What the hell? That was insane!" And then he did this crazy ass exchange where the dude countered him. So like basically what he did, the dude was on the ground. He tried to roll out of it, and Matt Riddle was like, "Okay, fucking, let me change shit." He did something else, and then he did a senton. I was like, "What the?" Dude pulling out all this crazy ass shit on the first match. And basically, okay, he won with the bro mission, which is, it's kind of like a weird ass Rings of Saturn almost. Kind of almost like a Rings of Saturn, but he got dude to tap out, and it was amazing. Nice debut for the dude. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be facing Cassidono at NXT War Games 2. So that match is pretty good. Before that, uh, was it? Was it? Crap. What was before this match? Let me look on the freaking website. I think it was the Street Profits versus the Mighty. Street Profits versus Mighty. The Street Profits get a crazy win. A crazy win. And the crowd went wild for it. So Street Profits and the Mighty have been feuding for what, like a month and a half, almost. And basically, this whole feud started because they stole the Street Profits chains and black cup. Why? I don't know. Just to be like some dickheads, I guess. And they stole it, and the Street Profits was like, "Dude, we got to get our shit back." And then they have been losing to them like cheater tactics and all that, and they finally get that huge win that they've been searching for, and they got their shit back. Okay, so Montez Ford is crazy athletic. Like besides some of the luchadors, Montez Ford has to be one of the most athletic people in NXT. Like I'd want to see him and Kofi have a crazy ass like 20-minute match to see who's the most athletic. Like dude's crazy insane. I like, and him and Bianca Belair like married, so when they have a kid, their kid's gonna be crazy ass athletic because both of them are like insanely athletic. And I've said athletic like at least 5 times already. But dude did a springboard. He springboarded onto the top rope, balanced himself on the top turnbuckle, and did a frog splash all in one fluid fucking motion. I was like, what in the fuck was that? That was sick. He got the freaking pin off that, and the crowd went crazy. So yeah, crazy tag team division that NXT has. It's insane, and it can only go up from here. I want to see another Dusty Classic, or like, yeah, do a Dusty Classic, and then for the, I don't know, do like a 32 team tournament or some shit for tag teams around the world and sign new tag teams. Like that'd be crazy. But yeah, tag teams galore for this show. And then the first match was Nikki Cross versus Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez, obviously a vet. She was in the Mae Young Classic uh, this year and last year. And yeah, she's pretty good actually. And her and Nikki Cross had a pretty good match. Nikki Cross, of course, won with her purge, which is like it's like a spinning neck breaker basically. And Nikki Cross got busted open. I think it was her mouth or her nose or her mouth, but either way, she got busted open. And then Candice LeRae came out to the ring, and she was like, "What the hell?" She was like asking Nikki Cross, like, "Why didn't you tell me about Johnny and some other shit?" And she's like, Why did you hide from me? Hide this from me? Are you lying? Like I couldn't really tell what the hell she was saying because she wasn't mic'd up. But it was basically like she was confused on what the hell happened. She was like asking Nikki Cross, and Nikki Cross is crazy ass playing it off like, ha, I ain't telling you shit, and she's just laughing in her face. And then Aleister Black comes out, and the crowd's like, oh shit. So Aleister Black comes out, gets in Nikki Cross's face, and Nikki Cross like backs off, and the crowd is chanting like, kick her, Black Mass. But he didn't. Nikki Cross just walked off. He goes down to the ring, looks at Candice LeRae with a death stare, and then Candice LeRae is like, he didn't know, she never knew anything about what Johnny did, and he basically told her that your husband's career in NXT will fade to black. And William Regal made it official. Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black at NXT Takeover War Games. Dose. So, is that all that happened on the show? There was so much shit happening. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that happened on this show. This show was crazy. Like, it's crazy how an hour of wrestling could be so exciting. But on the main roster, you got 2 and 3 hours, which honestly, I don't mind the 2 hours if SmackDown can fucking create a compelling television show for those 2 hours. Like, I was completely invested in NXT tonight, just about like all the shit that was going on. People were fighting everywhere. You had storylines that were continuing, and with the main roster, it's just like bullshit. Except for like the few times that they actually get some shit right. But yeah, man, NXT again was lit tonight. I'm gonna watch the UK NXT later on tonight, and I'll have a review up after this. Well, not after this, but it'll be tomorrow because tomorrow's Thursday and shit's not happening. But me and Aaron will probably be reviewing this shitty ass Saudi Arabia show that they're gonna do again, and see who wins between AJ Styles and Samoa Joe again, and see who takes the championship into Survivor Series to face either Brock Lesnar or Braun Strowman. So until then, I'm out of here, people. Deuce.